Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
Well, we entered this district championship night in Northeast Missouri with 5 area football teams still alive on the road to the Dome, but only one of which was technically a favorite to win on this evening, undefeated Palmyra. The Panthers' draw, however, wasn't exactly a cakewalk. Yes, Bowling Green has been up and down, but when the Bobcat offense is rolling, Jeff Geschwinder's team is as potent and explosive as anyone. We take you to snow-covered Palmyra tonight. Strange night in the Flower City for weather. Great night in the Flower City for this guy, Caleb Kaiser, doing what he does. 182 yards of rushing, 61 of which come here on a touchdown, which spots the Panthers an 8-0 lead. The Panthers driving again, but you know what? Bowling Green's defense came to play a little bit in this one. No, this is Josh Holtz, though, hitting them hard with a 26-yard run at this point. Palmyra knocking on the door, as I mentioned. Brock Butler, though, is going to be picked off in the back of the end zone here by Jackson Ringhausen off the deflection, and that negates the Palmyra drive. The Bobcats would put a nice drive of their own together right here. It's Adam Holt running and doing some work in this one with a big gain on the ground, but Bowling Green would turn the ball over on downs. Final minute of the first half, flurries all over the place. I told you, a strange night for weather in the Flower City. Brock Butler, though, capitalizes by completing one here in the flat to Josh Holtz. He takes off and gets pushed out with 0.8 seconds left. Good stuff right there. So Palmyra has one untimed play to try to get this thing done, and get it done they would do, as this is Brock Butler up top to, oh, you guessed it, Jordan Nutt. Touchdown made it 16-0. Palmyra pitches the shutout tonight. Bowling Green gave a lot. Palmyra just gave a little bit more. 28-0 is your final. So Palmyra is headed off to its first quarterfinal since the state year in 2000. Their opponent will be Blair Oaks. No real surprise there as well, as the Falcons take care of business against South Callaway 17-7. That game is scheduled to be at Palmyra Saturday 1:30. So if you're looking for something fun to do and you're unaffiliated in Illinois coming up on Saturday afternoon, go out and see Palmyra Blair Oaks. Guarantee you will enjoy it. Let us take you to the city of Jefferson tonight. Elias Crusaders, number 2 in the state, taking on the Hannibal Pirates. Hannibal looking for some vengeance. Last year's loss in the playoffs, this year's loss in the regular season. Early on, Elias up first. Garrett Bushjos, 2 yards away, jumps in, makes it a 6-0 lead for the Crusaders, but that lead would be very short-lived as they failed in the PAT, and then they failed to tackle this fella. Outstanding return here for Mr. McBride, as Jerry McBride takes it all the way back for the score to make it 7-6 Hannibal. It would stay that way for a long time. Crusaders threatening in this one to take back the lead. Wyatt Porter here to Todd Bushjos, but Hannibal would stop this pass play and end up picking up a fumble at the back end of this thing to negate any further scoring at that point by Elias. But you know what? The Crusaders got it geared up. Wyatt Porter doing his thing to the Division I recruit Hale Henches, showing you why he is that, the big junior with a big touchdown catch. All Elias from that point forward as the Crusaders end up ending Hannibal's season. 42-7 your final. The Pirates duck out at 8-4 on the season. How about South Shelby making the long road trip, or at least for them, a short road trip, if you will, over to Huntsville tonight against a really good Westran team. Early on, great signs, good omen in this one for South Shelby. First play from scrimmage. That's Josh Ridgely with the sack. You know what? More to come on the defense right here. Bryce Pfeiffer with the big stop on 3rd down and long. So Westran goes 3 and out on their first possession. And on South Shelby's first offensive possession, this guy, Trace Windsor, with a big pickup of 19 yards. Unfortunately for South Shelby, it would be their only first down of the first half. And Trace Windsor would later get hurt in this ball game. Nothing went right from there on out. The big fella, that, my friends, is Zane Jacoby. Outstanding quarterback. 4th down and 3 at the 10-yard line. Completes the play-action pass and sets himself up for this touchdown rumble as Westran takes the early 7-0 lead. I mentioned Zane Jacoby. He's really good. After a 3 and out by the Cardinals, Jacoby going to tuck it and run, and 52 yards later, he's in the end zone, spotting his team a 14-0 lead. Jacoby on the night, just a monster night. More on that in a second. However, South Shelby would answer right back. Best play of the game for the Cardinals, and unfortunately their only scoring play of the game comes from this guy, Brett Threcold, going to hurdle somebody right here and go 65 yards into the end zone for the score to cut the lead to 14-7. Zane Jacoby, though, just would keep answering. 5 touchdowns rushing for Zane Jacoby, 2 passing, 7 touchdowns in all, and this thing was never close as South Shelby's fine season comes to an end. 56-7 was your final. 2 other notes to pass along to you tonight. Let's start off with a bad night for the Macon Tigers as their season comes to an end as well, losing at California 39-0. In soccer, college women's soccer, Quincy University earns the 2 seed in the Midwest Regional. They will get to bye in the first round, and they will play the winner of Michigan Tech and Wisconsin Parkside. That game coming up on the 15th, so Quincy University, I believe, plays now on the 17th. Good for the Lady Hawks there. And finally, a score to pass along. Culver Stockton basketball, a loser on the road to Kansas Wesleyan tonight. Katie Davis with 15 points and 18 rebounds with the double-double. So we were down to 3 teams in area high school football: Palmyra, Central, and Quincy Notre Dame.
All right, thanks, Chris. I'll be right back.